Hi everybody around the world. My name is Trina Rice. I'm an occupational therapist and an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. And this is my friend Jack. I've known Jack for many years and we have worked and played together. And we were going to talk today about how bars has assisted him in his everyday life. Jack is 21 and he has autism, and we communicate. One of the ways we communicate, in very many ways, but one way is through his iPad. So I was just going to ask him a question.
What has the bars helped you with? A dirty.
Anxiety. And anything else?
Calm.
And helping be calm. And I asked, we had a conversation earlier, and so I asked Jack some of the things that he'd like to share, and he typed with me, and this is what he was saying.
It helps me not take on my mom's thoughts. I feel less stress, have no anxiety. It helps me be calm. I sad sometimes. Sad because I have much to say. This world needs bars. Bars helps with communication. It helps me to express needs and desires and what want to say. I could talk in very different ways.
So one of the ways that it really has helped is to help Jack be calm, and to have more of a space of him and to be around others without taking on everyone else's stuff. And it's also assisted me in my ability to be able to have like that telepathic communication, or to be able to talk to Jack without necessarily using words, because he's so fast energetically, and I can pick up on more of that than I ever used to before. I remember when I first started typing with him and doing the bars, I was getting information that one time I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. I kept getting that in my head. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom. And I'm like thinking to myself, and this was playing out in my head, I'm like, I just went to the bathroom. And then as soon as I was saying that in my own head, Jack pulled out his icons that he has, and he pointed to bathroom. And I'm like, oh, that was Jack talking to me, but I had thought it was my own head. And that's how fast that occurs, the communication. And the bars has just really assisted us in being able to talk better. So one of the things I wanted to share is, like, Jack is really brilliant. And so it has helped him remain calm. And like I said, to communicate with others out in his everyday situations, when he goes to his day program, when he's here at home, and when he was previously going to school. So one of the things he did is he typed a poem. We were talking one day, and I would just like to share that with you because it's amazing, the things that he says, and he says he has a lot to say. So I'm just going to read it to you, and this is from Jack. It's called Great Change. We are here to change a lot, to change meanness into kindness, to change the stories about Earth. Earth changes real fast. Deal with the changes. Great things are possible. We are demanding great creation, that we see the difference. We need people to look at things greatly. They need to see vast. Then it becomes easy to see the beauty of people, not fake. I am here to show people the beauty of them and the greatness of the earth. Then we could love a lot more. Go be. I think that is amazing, and I'm very grateful to have Jack in my life and honored to be able to be around him. And what we've both learned by just being with each other, I think, is immense, and the bars has assisted. So if you know anybody that the bars could assist with, particularly those with autism or other needs, then please, by all means, share it with them. Thank you so much. Do you want to tell them thank you? You want to tell them bye?
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys. If I had to choose one main story, it would be one that you guys have already heard, but it's one that changed the trajectory of my life and my family's lives and my kids' lives, and that is actually my brother's story. When Dane found bars and chose not to kill himself, it changed everything. I would really love to tell you that I knew that my brother was suffering the way that he was, and I didn't, because he was really good at keeping it all together and making it look like things were fine, but they weren't inside. And so when I look at the bars and what they can change and the way they've gifted to me in my life, that's the first thing and the most important thing to me, that the bars has gifted me, my family, my kids, and really like the future. Because where would we be today with access and Dane's creations on this planet and how they've gifted to so many people if the bars didn't show up in his life? So when I look at all that, I just have to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Gary. Thank you for bringing the bars. And thank you, Dane, for answering that ad. And thank you, Shannon, for putting that ad out. I'm so, so grateful to the bars for that one reason. And many other reasons, because they gifted my life immensely. But if I had to choose one story, that would be it.
I used to hate myself. Like, really, really, really hate myself. I would wake up in the morning like, oh, I'm still me. I'm still here. Every day it was about just getting through and like, okay, all right, we can do this, we can get through today. Every day. And I'm not saying I didn't have moments of happiness and creating joy, and there were certain things that I loved about my life, but I hated me. I hated myself so much, and I did not know how to change it. I remember this one night I was with some of my most beautiful friends, and we were talking about the future and like, what if we could have anything, what would it be? If we could change anything, what would the future be like? And I said to them, you know, guys, like, you know what I would ask for? This is really weird, but I would just like to stop hating myself. I'd like to wake up and not hate myself. But I don't know how to change it. And they were so kind and sweet, and they had, you know, no advice to give me because they knew I'd tried everything. I'd tried self-help books, I had tried different modalities, I tried things, and it didn't change. Nothing would change it. It was almost, I don't know, maybe that last request of the universe, like, hey, could you help me out? Access bars have changed everything in my life. They've changed my relationships, they've changed my friendships and my body and my financials. They've changed everything, and one of the most greatest gifts is that I don't hate myself anymore. I don't wake up with that heaviness, with that dread for who I am. Access bars gave me like a gratitude for myself that I truly didn't know existed. So that's my bar story. I'm Cassie Summers. Thank you. Thank you, Access. Thank you, bars. Thank you for watching this.
I found out about it about 5.5 years ago from a friend of mine, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I did. I was a bitter, angry, depressed, judgmental woman who hid that even from myself to a large degree. But I really just didn't want to be here anymore. It's like, my life was not fun, wasn't joyful. So I had a session and I really had no expectations. I didn't know what it was. I just was intrigued. And after my first session, I no longer had that like monkey chatter that I had going on nonstop 24/7. And most of that was judgmental chatter at myself. And it was such a space of peace. I remember sitting in my car after the session going, what just happened? I had no idea. And I just remember calling a friend and saying, I don't know what that was, but I want to find out more about it. And so I did. I went and took a class and learned how to run them for myself. And the rest, as they say, is history. I am, you fast forward 5.5 years, joyful and happy and grateful for everything in my life. And I recognize the amazing contribution that the Access Bars has been to that. So if this intrigues you at all, interests you at all, I cannot recommend enough to find somebody to run your bars and see what it might contribute to your life. The worst that happens, the great saying is, you feel like you've had a great massage. The best that happens, like it did for me, it changed my entire life. So thanks for watching and have a great day.
Hi, I'm Julia Sotis, and I'm a certified facilitator of Access. I want to tell you about my amazing bars story. One of my favorite stories, just because I really like this topic, is bars and pregnancy. When my friend was pregnant with her beautiful little boy, I ran her bars about 4 times during the pregnancy, maybe once every 2 months while she was pregnant. And she had so much ease with her pregnancy. It was unbelievable. And her labor was like 3.5, 4 hours. And she didn't need to get an epidural. She was thinking it was going to be so bad. She had so much ease. She was so strong. All the doctors are like, how are you so strong? And she's like, this is amazing. It was just so different for her than for other people. And I've heard this many, many times. A lot of women who get their bars run have really short labor times. Like, I think everyone I've heard is under 4 hours. And what happens is her son is such a beautiful little boy. And it's like when kids have their bars run when they're in utero, because if you're running the mom's bars, you're also running the baby's bars, whether your hands are on the baby's head or not. And it's like the kids come into the world knowing that everything's going to be okay. They know that the universe has their back. And he has such a presence to him, and such a beauty, and such a zest for life. He's about 4 years old now. And it's like I look at him, and he looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, I ran your bars. You know that life is great. So it changes things. It changes the kids. And it makes it really easy on the moms. So definitely, I would recommending any pregnant woman that you know run her bars, because it creates something really beautiful in the worlds of the mom and the baby. And in you, the giver, because you know you're creating this gift on the planet. All right, thank you. Bye.
Hi. For me, getting my bars run opened up a space of possibilities that I had been searching for 25 years to no avail, until that day. And let me tell you, it's never too late.
Hi, my name is Lisa Bengtsson, and I'm a certified facilitator. And many years ago, I think it's now 8 years ago, I got my first bar session during an evening class with Dane here. So people were offering sessions for free, and I was like desperate. I want to change anything. So I was like, yes, I'll take one. And during this session, I had this experience of energy, just massive amounts of just like energies flooding out of my body. And I was like, what's really going on here? Because I had no explanation what it was. I had no clue what they were going to do. And I wake up after the session, I was like, it's so different. There was space. There was like this lightness and like playing my head. There was nothing in my head left. So I was like, there's no thoughts. Wow. And I only knew that from meditating many hours at a time where I got totally empty. So I went, wow. It was a first step in getting to know myself without everything else that I thought was me. And things change a lot, like things in my body, how I ate, like I was eating things, sleep. I sleep so well now. Before I would wake up for every sound. I could hardly sleep when I was flying. Now I'm like, the airplane takes off and I'm already asleep. It's a very different life. And there's one client I met, I just want to tell you guys, he got one session and one bars class, and he was free from his lactose intolerance. So he was very sensitive and reacting very much to everything with milk products. And after the bars class, it was gone. And he said, it never was like painful or felt that I was limiting my life in a way he was struggling without milk, but I had no idea how delicious my world would be with it. So he's so grateful. So have your bars on.
Hi. A few years ago, my life was kind of, I guess, described as walls caving in. I honestly felt like I was everything to everyone, and I was freaking out. My son was close to 2 years old, and I was miserable. And we had such a challenging time to actually conceive him, and so I went into a lot of guilt about not enjoying my time as a mom. I remember looking for ways to just kind of me time and self-care, and that's when I came across this Access Bars workshop with the lovely Emily. And it was just something for me to try, and I went there, had my bars run, and that night when I came home was the seriously the first time I could look at my son and I could actually see how much he adored me and how excited he was to see me, and I could receive that and share it, and it was such a celebration of an evening. That was just amazing, and that choice to go to that 2-hour workshop changed the course of my life, of my son, of my little family. And it's so funny because now my daughter is that same age, and I truly have a before and after bars physical image of how I was as a mom before and how I am a mom now, and there's such a difference. And there's challenges, and we can go around through whatever, and I have my bars run, and I run my children's bars, and I bribe them to run mine. Just touch my head. And I just wanted to share that there's another possibility out there that I was asking for, and I didn't even realize I was asking for it. And I am so grateful. My children are grateful. My husband is grateful for what bars before and what bars after has actually created in our lives.
Let's see here. So for me, the first time, well, just having the bars run creates so much more peace and ease. I used to suffer from massive depression, and it's created a lot more joy in my world. And I'd say like some of the coolest stories is I ran bars on on a coworker that had been through many wars and suffered from PTSD. And afterwards, after one session, you know, he was having problems with insomnia. After one session, he said it kind of reminded him, have you seen this movie Office Space, where this guy goes in for a treatment and afterwards everything's fine and he's just floating along and really happy and peaceful? He said he felt like that. He was like, something's up. He's like, I feel fine. I'm not jumpy. And he had this ease and space, and he's like, I feel so relaxed. I don't even feel like working. It was kind of funny. And then, let's see, somebody else who took a bars class and had her bars run for the first time in the class, she said she was an artist, a dancer, and also a writer. And she said that she'd always loved writing and doing it, but there was a part of her that she held back a bit and wasn't letting her true brilliance shine. And after that day, she felt this space and she's like, I am willing to let my true brilliance shine. And she started creating massively. And then the last one that, I mean, there's so many. The last one that I can think of right now is somebody came to me and she was about to go in for an operation and she thought it would create more ease. And she did it for 2 different operations. She came in and had bars run. And she actually had massive anxiety about having bars run and in a hospital. And she said both times the operation and everything went super smooth. Everything was ease. She said in the past she had problems with people giving her IVs that would take a million tries, and she said everything was easy. And even the doctors that came to her were just kind and easy, and there was just space and ease in her world. So those are just a little sampling, but those are the ones that popped. And man, there's so many more stories. I've been hearing so many amazing stories. So if you get the opportunity and you haven't had it done, I highly recommend it. Yay!
Hey everyone, Dr. Anthony here. I wanted to talk to you about Access the Bars. I've been a holistic chiropractor for the last 19 years now, and after trying so many different modalities, the bars are probably the most powerful tool that I've ever come across. And the results that I got to enjoy in my children, the results that I personally experienced myself, are really truly beyond comprehension. And you know, anywhere from ease to reducing anxiety, getting rid of depression, and just restoring joy in one's life are just some of the few things that the bars can contribute to your life. So it's like, it's amazing. It's like, why everyone on the planet's not doing it, I have no idea. But they should, because it really is a game changer, a life changer, and at the very least, it's just something that's just really nurturing, kind, and relaxing for the body. So, get your bars ran.